Mike Dunn.
Hello.
So, like all that stuff I said about keeping training and alluding to holding you to a standard, you know, that applies in Mike's case here, right? How long have you been training? You want to say?
I lose track.
I don't remember not training.
Well, because like it's not always like there's
That's
a
right.
year I didn't train at all.
Yeah, yeah.
So does that count?
No, yeah. That's what a perfect example of what I was saying about hours of the number of hours of training, not the number of years. Like, what year did you start training? You know, it's like if you were who's married, right? It's like if you were married and you got divorced for a year, but then you got married to that same person again, right? Does that year count?
If you're paying alimony.
I wouldn't think about that, right? But that's the thing. It's like if you stop training for a year, that you might say, well, I've been training this many years. You know, that's just the easiest. That's what we usually do. That's the easiest. I mean, like I tell people I've been training martial arts since I was 7, which is true. I started when I was 7, right? But like I said, when I was in the military, there were times in the military where I was training, yeah, but I was only training a couple times a month. You know, if I was lucky, if I could find somebody that wanted to train with me. Otherwise, I'm practicing in the air. You know, and so the key is to keep driving toward your objective, right? And whether I always tell people this, you're either sprinting or you're crawling, right? Sometimes work gets in the way, Chris, right? And you know, you've got a new business, and as a business owner, right, I can tell you that monopolizes all of your time, right? Because it's your livelihood, and you have to make sure it does. And so your extracurriculars, like martial arts for Chris, right, takes up a lot of your time. But you get here when you can, right? And you tell people that you're injured, right? Doc? Yeah. So they don't drop knees into your ribs. Okay. So anyway, I'm super stoked to give Mike his purple belt. Right? 10 o'clock last
Are you
night.
going to get that thing off and sit on it for a while?
It's going to fault it. It's not going to fault it, nothing.
Yeah, it's going to start ripping off.
Falls into dust.
But not only how long have I been training, but how long have I been a blue belt? 6 years or so.
Yeah. And I'll say this: there are the way. So some of you might know the way Roy Harris gave out belts was by testing, and he had for blue belt, he had a very lax standard for blue belt. Like there was no, if you took your blue belt exam, I don't know what it is now, but I know if you take your blue belt exam, under him, right? You took yours, right, Anthony?
Mm-hmm.
And Mike?
Yep.
Yeah. And then you got your blue belt, right? Yeah. So these guys will tell you that there's no techniques against resistance. There's a little bit of sparring at the end, right, of the test, and you just do that. You just do the sparring, and it's only just a demonstration of your heart, like to see if you won't quit. And so he lays on top of you. He's 240 pounds, right? He lays on top of you and crushes you for like 10 minutes to see if you'll quit. Like he'll crush you to the point of you throwing up almost. And so following that, right, it doesn't make for, in my opinion, really great blue belts, right? Because you're really, he told me at one time that he patterned his blue belt exam after the blue glove exam in Savat. And in Savat, you only have to demonstrate some techniques. You just have to demonstrate some techniques. You don't have to demonstrate any skill or mat prowess, right? So I don't agree with, I don't like testing because I enjoy this. I enjoy the surprise, you know? I enjoy recognizing somebody out of the blue, right? or seemingly, they might have an inclination that they might be getting promoted, you know, but they don't know for sure. And I try to sufficiently screw people a little bit to make sure that they don't know, or to make sure they think that they don't know. It's sometimes a tough road to become a good purple belt from being a blue belt who just basically had to do some techniques, demonstrate their knowledge of some techniques, you know, without any sparring required. You know, so you could potentially get your blue belt without having any mat skill at all. Just know some moves, you know. And so I don't think that's the case, especially for me as your instructor, and for you as a practitioner. You don't want to be able to have to strap that blue belt around your waist and walk into some other school and feel like you should take that thing off, right? Right, David? Right? You don't want to walk into. That didn't happen to you, right?
When I went up to HQ,
yeah,
some really tough blue belts.
Yeah, for sure. And so at HQ, there's some most of those guys are training all the time.
Yeah.
You know, those are competitive blue belts, the guys that are competing all the time. So they're professional blue belts, you know. And so they're at a different level, you know. So that's key. Okay. But I'm really happy to see some purple around this guy's waist. And I'll tell you when his mind is right, he's very tough for me to deal with sometimes. When his mind is right. When he believes, I'll say when he believes he can beat me, he's hard to beat. When he doesn't believe he can beat me, it's easy for me to beat. So what I do is I wait a couple 3 minutes and let him not beat me. And then he stops thinking he can, and then I beat him. It's all in my hand. Yeah, Mike.
Woo! Woo! It's all kind of like a dream right now. I think everybody here knows this has been a goal of mine I've been striving for this for a little while now. And I didn't anticipate it happening anytime in the short term. I was shooting maybe if I pushed it before the end of the year-ish, we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm super surprised. But first I want to thank all you guys. Everybody here knows that me wearing a purple belt is not just a reflection of me, but you guys know how you put into it. So sorry, I'm breaking up a little bit.
Sorry. Dean did.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sweating. I train hard.
Yeah, sure.
I train hard. Sweating.
Dean showed up at 7 in the morning, making sure I got here. Get Zakis kicking my ass on the takedowns until I felt crushed and I didn't want to get up again. Jim slamming me on the mat. You know, even the white belts, Hanson, you know, I had to make sure my technique was sharp. I can't just give him anything else. I'm about to get topped by a white belt, you know.
Yeah.
It's going to be purple belt. Same with the other white belt.
Now it's going to be topped by a blue belt.
Yeah. I was going to talk to you about Evan because he's a lot to deal with. And it kind of hurts the ego when you're getting crushed by a white belt and you're trying to be a purple belt. So I appreciate it. And Anthony, you know, crushing me on the Friday night. So yeah, so this means a lot to me. But it means even more to me that you guys were there to help me get here. So thank you very much, and thank you guys for making it happen.
Oh, it's coming in.